What's up, everyone? I'm Andrew Nolan. I'm a music producer and guitarist for the band A Somerset Parade. Welcome to the series called Songs of the Hyades, a look inside Carcosa, where I give you an inside look into the production and mix of each song on our recently released album, Carcosa. I produced this album, so I'm going to give you a ton of insight into how I wrote, edited, tracked, and mixed each song on the album, basically start to finish, showing you through all the Pro Tools sessions and all the different elements in each song. There's a ton of cool stuff on the album, so I'm really looking forward to actually showing everyone what's in there. Also, if you like what you see, hit me up, let's work together. All my details will be in the description below, on my socials, email, all that sort of stuff. Shoot us a message and let's work together. And without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hello. Welcome to the 13th and final installment of Songs of the Hyades, a look inside Carcosa. Can't believe we're here. This week we are looking at Damocles, the final song on the album, and my personal favorite. Even though we shouldn't pick favorites, we do, and I like this one the most. It kind of has elements of everything I really enjoy about hard rock, sort of heavy metal. Different aspects of like groove, heaviness, chill, weird vibes, cool synth sort of stuff, little jangly piano bits and pieces. So it's a pretty dynamic song, but it's also like drives pretty hard when it needs to and kind of pulls back for cool little moments as well. Plus Dan's vocals were excellent on this, and I was really happy with how they turned out, plus the lyrical content and all that sort of fun stuff. But yeah, let's dive into this one. I think some more sort of backstory sort of stuff. This song started with a weird little synth thing. This little synth part I came up with years and years ago. I think it was when I bought Native Instruments, the Ultimate Pack. So I was mucking around with a bunch of different virtual instruments, and it was just this little loop that I came up with. That thing right there, that is what kicked off this whole song. So I think I was looking to make I guess like pendulum sort of style song where that synth is kind of like a driving force throughout the whole song. Like sort of low tuned guitars, very electronic, but still very sort of hard rock metal sort of stuff. Yeah, so lots of cool sort of driving synths, and other sort of fun stuff. But yeah, that was the thing that kind of kicked it all off. That was the catalyst. And then it took quite a while to actually refine and develop how the song actually came together. Lots of help from the boys on this one, just to figure out what the song was, apart from this little weird synth thing. Lots of different iterations, lots of trial and error to settle on what we eventually came up with. So I think from memory, the two verses are slightly different. Yeah. Yeah, Dan really helped me explore those verses a little bit more, and he had some really good input for how we can kind of change up things in each verse. And then the bridge is my favorite part. Like from the bridge to the outro is like my favorite part of the album. Just so happens to be the end of the album, which is fantastic because it just makes you want to listen to the whole album again. Like if you can finish strong like that, then take that ride again for sure. So we'll obviously break all this stuff down, but so much fun. Alright, cool. Well, you know the drill. You know what I'm going to say. It's drums. The drums are the same. And just for proof, let's play. Yeah, so just wanted like a nice groove to this one. Something that just drives along this synth, wherever it is. Yeah, nothing complicated, just good meat and potatoes groove drumming. But yeah, usual drill. Modern and massive drums, samples, lots of samples. Throw in enough samples until you like it. Alright. Cool. In the verses, we've got this beat that I've affectionately labelled beat. This would have been from Machine, or Machina, however you pronounce it. Yeah, so it would have been something I was playing around with. Put a bunch of things together and came up with this. Machina is so easy to come up with cool little beats. Yeah, it's pretty easy once you get in there and just start mucking around with stuff. You can come up with something pretty good pretty quickly. Yeah, so that's just happening in those two verses because there's no drums except for this part. So just kind of complementing each other there. We're just throwing in some real drums to split the verse into two. Have a couple of different looks, a couple of different moments there. I've just got the vocals muted at the moment. Sweet. Alright, effects. Like most of this will be my usual sucks and blows for the album. But let's just double check that. Correct. Yep. So that is the Carcosa album Sucks and Blows. Yep, it's just kind of copy pasted wherever I needed to. Looks like the beginning and middle of each chorus and like the bridge and that sort of thing. Get to that in a bit. All right, speaking of bridge, what do we got? Alright, so we've just got this reverse piano hit that you can make just by hitting a piano note and then reversing it. Simple as that. They're always great like that. And then another one into the second part of the bridge. So just in context. Little sub drop there. Yeah, just kind of keeps things moving and feeling dynamic and not so stagnant. It's nice to have those rises, or sucks and blows as we in the band call them. So that is our usual setup, but with a couple extra bits. What do we got? We got a reverse China and reverse rumble. Yep. And the China. Wonderful. Does the job. And this is for the bridge, so you know you gotta have all your explosions and crazy stuff in the bridge. Chorus is the same. Same. Alright, so this outro section, we've just got a bunch of like reverse cymbals and chinas, snares, and then we've got the quote at the end. But let's listen to these. All this silly nonsense. Maybe having some drums in there would help. Oh yeah, because it's like halftime there, so you got enough space and time to actually do this sort of stuff.
If a God of love and life ever did exist, he is long since dead. Someone, something rules in his place.
Yeah, and so I found this Vincent Price quote off of YouTube, and I just ripped it off there. Funnily enough, yeah, I just did that. I just went looking for quotes that I thought would be cool. I found this one, and turns out it was very... it went with the lyrics of the song pretty well and the theme, and Dan was pretty stoked that I kind of, you know, did that on my own. It's just like, hey, this is actually fantastic. Yeah, I just think it's a really good way to cap off the album, and then which we'll get to in a little bit, the piano that kind of completes the cycle of the album. But yeah, really cool little quote that I found from YouTube. Yeah, great source of sound effects, and whatever you feel like finding, you just rip it off YouTube, and don't tell anyone on the internet. All right, don't tell them I sent you. All right, enough of that. Let's get to some bass. All right, let's tuck into some delicious bass. All right, we have got in the choruses 2 different basses, and in the verse we got a couple of different basses. All right, what do we got? We've got, I'm pretty sure this will be Euro bass. Yeah, just that clanky, super driven Euro bass 2. And I think this might be Umansky for some reason. I can't remember why I put that in there. It's pretty quiet. Maybe I like the low end on it. Nice sort of big pillowy low end. But yeah, for some reason I got 2 different basses on there. That's what I went with. Can't remember why. But I'm sure there was a reason, and I'm pretty sure it was the low end. So that's the same for this chorus here. There you go. Big, fat, clunky bass. Alright, in the verse we got something a little different. This section. We've got this Valhalla space modulation on there. Doing like a phaser sort of deal. Just to kind of spread it out and be a little less defined. This is more sort of like just carving off all the low end, just so you get a bit more. Let me have a listen to those together. Take that out. Looks like I've put the definition sort of back into it at that point. This in context. Pretty cool. Just to change things up for that verse there. Don't be afraid to throw some effects on your bass. Muck around with it. Bridge. Let's be just your staunch Euro bass. Extremely staccato. Yeah, boys. And then it's just back to your regularly scheduled programming. Outro. Love that you get that string rattle. Makes it sound pretty authentic.
He is long since dead.
Rad. Right. That is the bass. Let's move on to tinkles. Alright, let's get these tinkles tinkling. What do we got? Okay, so this little folder would just be likely an import from Black Stars and Black Skies, the first song on the album. So you got these vintage bells, Alicia's keys. I've got this one muted. I don't know what that is. And the cinematic piano from Spitfire, I think. Because, yeah, I thought it'd be really cool to have the start and, well, the intro and the outro of the album kind of recycle or, you know, be the same thing so that it kind of feels like a continuous loop. So you want to go from the last song of the album and just kind of go straight back into it again. Because I love all those sorts of things, like how songs kind of blend together, and how like thematically albums tie in together, using sort of very different tricks and that sort of thing, just so it feels like a whole living sort of entity. So it doesn't feel like it's just a bunch of songs kind of stuck together. It feels like a whole sort of organism that's kind of like working its way in and out throughout each song, and then you get to the end of the album, but then it kind of loops back around and makes you kind of want to take that ride all over again. So that was my theorizing with that. So to do that, I basically just grabbed the virtual instruments I was using at the start and just copied and pasted and blended it to taste. So I think I used a bit more of this cinematic piano because it felt a bit softer. It kind of felt a bit more finalized. And just while I remember real quick, let's just have a listen.
If a God of love and life ever did exist, he is long since dead. Someone, something rose in his place.
All right. Pay close attention to this. All right. So in Black Stars and Black Skies, I didn't have that last note, that kind of resolving sort of note. Left it open in the first song. So in Black Stars and Black Skies, it would have been left open. And on this one, I resolved it as like a conclusion to the cycle. But fun little fact. There you go. Sometimes you do things that no one else will notice, but it means something to you. Okay, tinkles, sorted. Let's move on to synth. What do we got? A whole bag of tricks, no doubt. So yeah, as I mentioned before, got this. The thing that kicked it all off. I'm pretty sure this was also something that... Yeah. So those two were established pretty early on. But definitely this one. This was the one that really started the whole thing. So you got those two. You've got this little sub. You've got... It's alright. Let's just focus on the chorus for now. Unmute that. Unsolo those. Down here. Using Anna from Slate. Some analog strings. Don't know where that's from. Can't remember. Serum. pretty cool. Yeah, alright, so that's the chorus synths. Is it same in the big chorus? Looks like it. Alright, we'll play it all together when we move on to the chorus proper, not just this chorus intro, but let's go to the verse. What do we got? Sweet. Alright, so yeah, we've got the usual. That is basically throughout the whole song. We've got the sub bass again. That appears almost everywhere apart from the bridge and the second verse. Got this happy chap. Neon Lines by Massive. Some more Massive instruments. Got some Open Highway. Just lots of bass, lots of sub. Once again, trying to make it pretty sort of electronic. Yeah, like Pendulum. Warm Hello by Analog Dreams. That's in there too. But more importantly, how does it sound all together? Let's play it with some drums. Oh, with the beat. There is no drums. There's no bass guitar in this section because it's all covered by this down here. Sweet. Alright, so chorus. I think, yeah, it's all the same as this intro. So let's just play that with some drums. So verse 2 is slightly different. So instead of all this, we've got this down here. Just a slight little restructure. Some rainy days. Just using all Anna stuff there. Let's just play all of the synths for that verse. So these two synths tie it into the first verse, but then we've got like just a change up of the chord structures with these synths. just to give that verse a different look and a different feel. Then we've incorporated the bass here as well for the second half. So let's bring in some drums and the beat. And when you throw in the bass as well, sick. Alright. Chorus is the same. Then we've got the bridge. Okay. So the bridge is split up into 3 sections. The first section. Just this gravity stuff, doing some rises of differing qualities. We've got this. Just a more atmospheric sort of post-effecty sort of underlying tension. And then, so that's all for that bridge A. Looks like it's just like a riser section to the first bridge. Get rid of these groups. So these are all gravity. Doing a very similar sort of thing. Yeah, so that portion of the bridge. And then we get these serum, or these plucky which will set up the next section. So just slowly incorporating those so that it can kind of ratchet up to the next section, kind of help that transition a little bit, kind of bridge the gap between those 2 sections. Because then we have so yeah, that definitely helps kind of introduce that idea in a subtle way. So this section, a bit more going on synth-wise. So let's just listen to the synths as a whole for that section. Yeah, so a few things. Let's. So you got this idea. just with a few different styles of synth. A bit more percussive, that one. Using a lot of Fab Filter Twin for this section. Cool, so that's that idea with just a bunch of different synths to create a more complex sort of sound. And then you've got these are probably just doing what the guitar and bass are doing. Just to really enhance that. Then you got this sort of melody lead. I think there's a lead guitar doing that as well. And then you've got that kind of comes back in for the second half of the bridge. All right, so that's all of that. Let's hear the synth and the drums together. Some bass. Sick. So yeah, really wanted that bridge to be pretty staunch. So threw the kitchen sink at it. Yeah, just layered a bunch of synths in there to achieve the outcome. Did throw the kitchen sink at it. But yeah, worked out really well. Very, very staunch little bridge, that one, which transitions into the third chorus. Pretty sure this is all the same as the other choruses. Chorus I, is that a word? Yep, all the same there. Then we get to this outro section. Sounds like. Cool. Yeah, really wanted this last section to just the kitchen sink and everyone else's sinks, whatever you got, throw it in there. We're just gonna go balls to the wall for this last little section. So we've got none of this is named. I'm pretty sure I just was stream of conscious, was just like doing this on the fly and never named anything. So we'll just have to figure it out together. It sounds like a piano that's running through an amp sim, probably Gojira, because I really wanted like some pretty heavily distorted guitars, but I also like the percussive nature of the piano as well. So yeah, because I haven't labeled these, I have no idea what instrument I was using. I'm going to assume they're all Serum. Sounds like Serum. Just scroll through all these. Yeah, that's the main player right there. More piano running through amp sims, but I've got a stereo widener on it. Like I love like the hammer of the piano, really super attacky and percussive, aggressive. But each one of those chords just lands super hard. Got more. So that would be the original version of that, but I've got this as like the clean, and then this is like the dirty. Oops, wrong button. And then this would be. Gosh, who knows what that is? That could be anything. But yeah, just like little sucky rises for each hit. Cool. So let's hear the synth with the drums. And then with some bass.
If a God of love and life ever did exist, he is long since dead. Someone, something rose in his place.
Awesome. Right. Strings for this bridge and outro section. Yeah, this also helps with the epicness of this whole section. All Spitfire Albion 1. This is just a low, yeah, lower version, higher version. Just doing those stabs. And then for the last chorus, yeah, really brought it home with a ton of strings as well. Let's have a listen. Sweet. So the strings with the drums. So these little things here are just doing what the vocals are doing. The rest is just doing what the guitar melody is. And then you got this lead guitar section. And each one of those sections, let's start with this one. Got that. You've got that. You got octave lower. And one with a delay. Panned. One's panned left, one's panned right. Just to fill it out and give it a bit more. Interesting. Cool. Didn't know that was in there. Good. It's pretty cute. Alright. Yeah, so that's all the strings. Oh, in this section. So these are doing... Yeah, there's a lead guitar part that's kind of doing this. Yeah, that's all the strings, and then the piano. So this piano section will be, once again, likely a lot of the piano that we're using to map out the vocal melodies. And then I've kept it all because it sounded rad. So, shall we... We might skip the intro, just jump to the verse, because this big chorus here kind of covers a lot of what is happening in the intro. Alright, so the verse. So yeah, just doing what the vocals are doing. Not sure why there's these in here. Don't know if that was an error or not. Cool. Yeah, so that's just probably Alicia's keys and the cinematic piano. Just doing the exact same thing, different tones. The chorus. Ah, yes, that's right. So originally I had a melody in mind for this chorus, for the main vocal. But then Dan came up with something that was better, but I ended up keeping my melody in there as well, I think. Yeah, so this was the one I came up with originally. Yeah, so, and then Dan came up with... then you just got like this little... I just put that in for fun. And you've got this fella. So that's doing the verse melody. Cool. There's a harmony. What's this one doing? Cool. Yeah, so lots of just different... Originally, it's just we use the piano to come up with the vocal melody, and then I've kept them in there and added a couple extra different little chords and melodies in there as well, just to really go ham on that piano idea. This is the second verse. Listen to the chorus with the synth as well. Alright, bridge. What do we got? So you got two different pianos and then one of them's reversed. You got this idea. And then you've got and then this would just be each note just kind of reversed. Yeah, so what else is happening in that bridge? Give it context. And yeah, chorus is the same. Cool. Happy days. That is the piano sorted. We are on to guitars. Ooh. Alright, let's open this can of worms. Guitars. So 1, 2. Alright, rhythm. Yeah, so these could be very well the original demo guitars done on my Ibanez. And then this one on the Hyades. Yeah, so that's the chorus. I guess you only really have these rhythm guitars in the chorus and the bridge together. This one you can hear more of the strumming pattern. This one's a little less defined, but it has a bit more sort of like a bit more distortion, a bit more grit to it. So they kind of complement each other well. So that's it for the chorus, for the mains. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Nice. Yeah, let's hear it. Might as well hear it with some bass maybe. Where have we got the bass? Bass. Drums. Just a nice sort of driving rhythm. Nice and groovy. All right, so it's pretty straightforward for the chorus. Bridge. So nothing in the first half, and then the second half we've got the Hyades. So edited, so chop out all this nonsense in between, keep it nice and tight. And then you've got pitched down version. You've got another version. And then you've got another pitched down version. Alright. No, you don't. I lied to myself. So this is actually just like muted strings. That's pretty cool. Forgot I did that. Just to get that sort of like pick-a-tacky, sort of scrapey noise. Sick. It's just the same again. The chorus. Yep. And let's just skip over to the outro. think I was using a octave pedal for that one. What do we got here? Sounds the same there. Like the drop pedal. Yeah, definitely using a drop pedal there. Cool. So then we've got these little clean guitars. What are they doing? Yeah, cool. Using Archetype Gojira for this one. So it's that little melody, and then these will just be doing the root notes. Cool. Just in context. Yeah, that last note is fucking epic. It all kind of comes together there. All the tricks came out to play for that whole section. So it's like, yeah, basically from the bridge all the way to the end, it's my favorite part of the album. Yeah, really came together quite nicely. Anyway, that is your main guitar. We can move over to lead guitars now. Lead guitars. Got a few. Yeah, okay. Got a few. Let's dive in. What do we got chorus-wise? Alright, so these octaves will just be doing what the chords are doing. And then let's just turn this off for a sec. We've got so lead. Just doing what the octaves are doing. Pretty simples. And then, alright, turn this back on. This was also one of the first things that I wrote along with that synth. So yeah, this and that original synth I was showing earlier are the catalysts for this song. That's what started it all. Alright. Verse. Looks like there's only this little fella. In context. Yeah, got these. Let's play with some drums. bass as well. Ah, alright. That's where that comes in. Alright, so this is that. Hey. Yeah. That little fella comes in there. But yeah, let's play all that with some drums again. Bass. Which leads us into the second verse. Alright, we've got it's basically just following what the chords are doing there. That thing. Got that. Oops. Little gritty lead part. Some more tinkles. And looks like that's all happening in the bridge as well. So let's play that bridge. In context. This. That'd be using the Boss whammy pedal. And then we've got together. And in context. Then yeah, it goes back to the chorus, which is exactly the same, and there's no leads in the outro. Cool. Right. So the lead guitar's sorted. I think it's vocals now. Let's unpack these vocals. Right. Nothing in the intro. Verse 1, main vocal.
Sleepwalker, let me show you what might have been. We create the tension together. I spread you out so we could count down right to the end. Behold the strain now, it fractures the center.
Lovely. Then we've got
Sleepwalker, let me show you
a more sort of almost spoken version.
we create the tension together.
Well, then I've just slapped on a doubler.
Spread you out so we could count down right to the end. Behold the strain now, it fractures the center.
Cool. Just give us a bit more real estate. Alright. And then we've got, what are these? Verse? Harmonies old.
Sleepwalker,
Alright, so just hitting that sleepwalker.
I spread you out so
Yep.
Sleepwalker, I spread you out so.
We'll play those harmonies together in a sec. I'll just rifle through them real quick. And then we've got the vocal synth. Got that vocal synth, and then we got this one.
It fractures the center.
Cool, let's play those all together.
Sleepwalker,
Let's play those harmonies together, just so you can hear them.
sleepwalker. I spread you out so
Yeah.
we could count down right to the end. Behold the strain now, it fractures the center.
Yeah, so that's your first verse. Let's skip to the second verse.
Sleepwalker, let me ask you, do you
This
believe
first half will be a pretty similar sort of idea, I think.
glimpse the
You know, it's-
truth as it's haunting your dreams?
So you got your main vocal still.
Sleepwalker, let me ask you, do you believe? Do you glimpse
this idea. Like ridiculously tuned to sound almost like a synth. You've got this. These sort of harmonies. And you've got these harmonies. And then your vocal synths again. Same thing as before.
Glimpse the truth as it's haunting your dreams. An aberration, a higher function, an invitation for destruction. Decide or deny and sleep. Decide or deny and crack open the sky.
And then you've just got a harmony there, just on the sky. Cool. Yeah, so that's your verses. Let's go back to the chorus now. Play it all together.
I breathe a sigh and it's over. Burn and divide and it's over. I keep the demons from you, my grief and secrets from you. I breathe a sigh and it's over.
Cool. Alright. Fair bit going on here. You got your main vocals, middle, left, and right.
I breathe a sigh and it's over. Burn and divide and it's over.
And you've got your harmony, left and right.
I breathe a sigh and it's over. Burn and divide and it's over.
And this harmony will be
I breathe
the same, it's just on a separate track.
and it's over.
So the harmony with the main vocal.
I breathe a sigh and it's over. Burn and divide and it's over. I keep the demons from you, my grief and secrets from you. I breathe a sigh and it's over.
Cool. And then we get into vocal synth territory.
I breathe a sigh and it's over. Burn
Got that one. You got this low one. And then you've got your harmony running through the vocal synth. All those together.
I breathe a sigh and it's over. Burn and divide and it's over.
Got some more harmonies down here by the looks of it. Those should be up with the other harmonies. Just hitting over. And with all these, any other harmonies down here that I'm unaware of? Of course. Vocal synth. Oh, this is that really high over. That can come up here as well. Group all those together. So it'll be the hitting the ceiling on that one. So let's get all these vocal synth vocals together, just so we can hear those. Maybe just this last
Keep
section.
the demons from you, my grief and secrets from you. I breathe a sigh and it's over.
Lovely little stack, that one. Alright. So the vocal synths, and then we've got these Can You Feel It? It's like call and answer sort of thing.
Can you feel it?
That's his actual natural singing.
Can you feel it?
And then you've got like a vocal synth version. Tucked in underneath it, and then you've got a scream that does the same thing.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
So all those together.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Rad. And then so this section sounds like I basically had to manufacture this one. That's in there, and then we've got the OOs. In context. Cool. That's all the chorus vocals. Yeah, few things going on in that chorus. Let's move over to the bridge. There'll be some whispery stuff.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it slip right through your hands? Don't deny it. You can't deny it that this is how it ends.
And what do we got here? I think it's just a pitch down version of that. Or possibly running through Morphoda, like the ogre setting on Morphoda.
Can you feel it? Can you feel
So it goes from a whisper to a singing voice.
Don't deny it. You can't deny that this is how it ends.
So you got two different versions: the original sort of demo version, and then the one we re-recorded. I kept both of them.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it slip through your hands? Don't deny it. You can't deny that this is how it ends.
Then we've got screams. So it's just 3 versions.
This is how it ends!
With a nice delay throw on there.
This is how it ends!
Yeah, so it's just 3 versions kind of stacked together. Just hitting certain parts a bit harder. then the chorus is the same. It's just, yep, all looks the same. And then we've got the outro section, which I built the outro section just using stuff that was already there. I've just taken bits of the chorus and just built my own little section. So going from the chorus into this outro. Cool. Yeah, so really just taking some fun sections from that last chorus and just because I wanted something epic in that last outro because it just kind of goes full ham in that section, and to not have vocals in there sounded weird.
Since dead, someone, something rose in his place.
Awesome. Well, there you go. There is Carcosa in a nutshell. So all the bits and pieces that went into making this album. Lots of trial and error, more error than trial. So we learnt a lot from doing this. It was definitely a labor of love over the span of many years. This sort of stuff doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of varying inputs and collaboration and a lot of experimentation, really. So a huge effort from everyone, and really pleased with how it all came out. So there we go. That is the end of Songs of the Hyades, a look inside Carcosa. Hope you've gotten something out of it. I've really enjoyed going back through all of this sort of stuff, and just seeing what was in there. All the weird and wonderful little things, and just reminding myself kind of the process and how it all kind of came together. A really fun time doing all this. Hopefully we can come up with another series where we break down kind of the meaning of each song. We'll might get Dan and Brad together to go through all that, like the lyrical sort of content and like thematically what each song is about. We might keep it vague, we might go into depth, who knows, but we'll play around with it. But if you stuck around through all of this, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anyone who's watched, hi, how you going? It's been great, really enjoyed it. So that concludes Songs of the Hyades, a look inside Carcosa. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye.